I actually fell in love with the sport probably around age 13. Bill Wicks, who is a dear friend to this day, we just started playing all the time, and we were crazy. In the middle of the winter in Alton, Illinois, we'd go down and shovel the snow off the courts. We'd have a can of balls in the heated car. When the balls got so cold they wouldn't bounce very well, we exchanged the tennis balls. This is two guys who just loved the game so much. My sister is 10 years older than I, and she went to the University of Illinois. And in my brain, I was going to go to the University of Illinois. Well, my dad was having none of that. If you're going to be crazy enough to try to walk on, and I've got to pay for your education, you've got to get a good degree. Started studying agriculture for the sole reason to try to walk on the tennis team. And I did. I made the team as a freshman. And Dr. Fay Tooley, who many of us know from the Midwest Division, always used to tease me. He says, Jack, what you lacked in talent, you made up for in enthusiasm and energy. So I started grad school in genetics, and at 22 I was absolutely lost. And my sister, bless her heart to this day, she said to me, why don't you go talk to the people in kinesiology? And my first thought was, Dad will kill me, because he didn't believe that that was a viable career. And the field of sports science, I didn't even know what it was, but I fell in love with it. Dr. Charles Dillman was my kinesiology teacher, and in May of 1974 he said the following 17 words: if you really apply yourself, you could one day become a pioneering leader in the science of tennis performance. And that was all it took.
My first impression of Jack was that he was a walking encyclopedia. And to list all of Jack's professional accomplishments is extremely difficult because there are so many.
Jack and I started working together when I had some issues with my elbow, and we looked at the serve to see what I could do differently and to take pressure off the elbow, and analyzed some videos as well as worked on the court.
So here I am taking high-speed films of tennis players, and I'm digging this. I mean, it's amazing to go frame by frame and understand what happens. And we're looking at electromyography, what happens with the muscles. We're looking at force plates and what's happening with ground reaction forces.
His biggest enormous contribution has been his ability to simplify sports science for the tennis world. No one had done that before. We were just looking at players and kind of guessing about the way to teach, but he really made it so that we had fact-based information, and it sped up all of tennis players' learning.
The academy players and better USTA players and the ITF players, they really benefited from Jack. He was able to talk to them about areas of their game that they were really unfamiliar with. Sleep, nutrition, and how do you recognize when your body is being a little less than perfect?
I get an invitation to go to Madison Square Garden. Now I'm taking high-speed films of Connors, Borg, Lendl, McEnroe. I mean, it was just amazing to be able to get records in high-speed 16mm film of all these great athletes and then share them with coaches.
We did some research to find out why there were no American tennis players emerging. We found out that other countries were quite a bit ahead of us in coaching education. Jack and I resolved that we would help our coaches do a better job and therefore help our players.
I first met you in my WTA tournament office, and you started talking to me about the things that you wanted to do, and I had no idea what you were talking about. It was so new, so innovative, and it made an incredible difference with the players on the tour.
This was the beginning of Jim and I working together, so that was a phenomenal situation to be working with one of the premier sports psychologists in the world and then being able to apply all my work in biomechanics and physiology and engineering to Tim and Tom and their games.
One of the first things that we worked on as a partnership was he started working with Michael Chang, and lo and behold, Michael Chang won the French Open that year. Was it just because of Jack Groppel? We'll never know that, but certainly Jack had an impact those 2 months beforehand where he helped him with proper nutrition, proper training, and proper technique as well.
Jack is one of the best presenters on stage. He knows when to smile and he knows when to hit the crowd with the big pieces. He's a sports Tony Robbins.
He had this magic. He had the best sense of humor, but it was his magnetism that drew us all in.
Every time he did a seminar, people walked out of there, instead of scratching their heads, they went, I need to know this, I need to pass it on to my students, I need to pass it on to my friends and my family.
I thought maybe we could discuss player development, the modern game. Or perhaps even do a little cardio tennis together. I've got my heart rate monitor on, I'm ready to go. I went through the whole testing program with Bob Cust, and it's one of the best things I ever did in my tennis career.
Jack shared with me that he was a master pro, and I should strive to do that as well. So I did, became a master pro with the USPTA and enjoyed the process very much, but it was all because of encouragement from Jack.
Jack, I'm delighted that you're being inducted into the USPTA Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
And as a rank and file member, I thank you for all the great educational tidbits, but above all, your friendship.
Congratulations, and thanks for all the years that we've shared together.
Thank you for your mentorship, for your friendship, and for your partnership.
Hey Jack, congratulations on being inducted into the USPTA Hall of Fame. You certainly are deserving.
It's so well deserved, and the world is better off for somebody like you in it.
We've been fortunate to be friends for many years. He's a pioneer in the field of human performance. It's an honor to have worked with him. Congratulations, Jack. I'm so happy you are now in the USPTA Hall of Fame.